Hello everyone, welcome back. I want to take you on a journey with me today. I love visiting places around the US that might be interesting to you as well as to me that are craft related, and I found this place that I really want to take you with me, so come along. Hi everyone, this is Lolly. I am here at Alumicolor in Fort Collins. This is On the Road with Lolly, and I'm here with Scott. And what is your position?
So I'm the general manager here at Alumicolor.
Okay, yep. And at Creativation, I met them. I could not believe they were in my hometown, so I thought we've got to go and check out what they make and show you the products here. So maybe you can give us a quickie right here.
Yeah. So Alumicolor, we make all kinds of aluminum products, and our claim to fame is that it's photoanodized aluminum, which basically means the color and the calibrations are a part of the metal itself. So this is not a screen print on top of the metal. It's in the pores of the metal itself. And so what that means is that it'll never rub off, it'll never fade away. It's a permanent part of the item. So we do 7 different colors that you can see here. And we're known mostly for architect, engineer, drafting type of tools, but we also do traditional rulers that you're seeing here. And then we do these art, these are called Alumicutters, great for art projects. So it's got a raised edge that protects your fingertips as you're cutting with a X-Acto blade, or this is a more heavy duty cutter. But it protects your fingertips while you're cutting. It's got a neoprene non-slip surface, which is better than cork because it doesn't break down over time. So it's a nice piece for doing any kind of cutting of paper, mat board, that type of thing.
Oh, what's this one here I'm seeing? This is interesting.
Yeah, this is another version of the Alumicutter. It's called the Alumicutter, and it's got the same raised edge, but then it has a deckled edge for tearing paper. So if you ever have any projects where you want to kind of have that rough finish on like parchment and that type of thing, you can do that. It's also got a center finding ruler, which is really handy to have. We do that on a lot of different products where we have a 0 point and then you can kind of measure out. So it's great for centering things.
And it looks like it's 12-inch?
This one's 18, but it goes it goes out 9-inch on either way.
Yeah, longer than.
Yep.
So it's better for 12-inch papers if you're doing your bookkeeping.
Absolutely. That's exactly right.
Yeah, this is a 12, but it's hard to actually tear a 12-inch paper with a 12-inch ruler. You need it to be bigger.
You need it to be bigger. That is a very good point. And so we do all of our products from sometimes as low as 6 inches, but we also do we go all the way up to 48.
Ah, wow.
So all these items here that you see will go into those, and we break it down. The most popular are 18, 24, 36-inch, and then of course the 12. So that's on the crafting side. And then over here we have more of our drafting products, and this is, like I was saying, that kind of what we're known for. And probably the most unique product we have is the pocket scale, and it's the same thing as a regular full-size desktop scale for reading blueprints. So architects, engineers, that type of thing love those products. But the pocket scale is nice because it's a convenient thing to carry to the actual building site.
It is tiny.
Right? And so it's like a pen size, and it comes in this little tube, and we do architect, engineer combination as well as regular everyday rulers in that same body. So that's our most popular product. We sell hundreds of thousands of those. We have a hollow scale. It's hollowed out. It's a little more economical than the regular desktop. And then we do imprints for different companies and things like that as a giveaway to employees. And things. So this is a T-square. This is another really popular product of ours. We do these all the way up to 48-inch lengths as well for drafting and drawing and that type of thing.
Can you do the imprints on your other products as well?
Yeah, every one of the products that we have, we can do imprints on. So you can see that on this little scale where the engineering company put that on. And this is a color-coded scale. So engineers, you may know this, like to have, there's like a favorite scale that they'll use. Like I always want to use the 40 scale, so they know that's on the red side. So when they're clunking around on their desk, they're like, oh, flip it to the red side, I'm right there on the 40 scale. So that's how that's how the color-coded scale works. This is a really cool product. It was invented by a working architect, and it's called the Alumidrafter. And basically what he wanted to do, he was frustrated carrying this into meetings in his notepad because it's kind of clunky. But the problem is he would bring in a flat scale, and I'll show it on this one. He'd bring in a flat ruler, but on a flat ruler you only have 4 edges of calibrations versus 6 edges here. And so he said, could we knock a window out and have an interior edge for reading blueprints as well? And we were like, sure. So now he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different scales that he can read with this one little convenient product. And then he said, while we're at it, can we drill holes, or we punch holes out of this is how we do it, and make it a compass ruler. So there's a hole there, you can put your mechanical pencil, and then any of these measurements, and then you can make it a compass scale. So
Awesome.
you can draw circles, arcs, that type of thing. And then the last thing, he said, let's make it a item where we can draw angles. And so you put a pencil mark there at the 0 point, and then any of these angles, and then you just connect the dots, and you have a perfect 30-degree accurate angle. So it's an all-in-one product, or 3-in-1 we call it, where you can do all those different things. And it's got a QR code on the back that you can scan, and it shows a video of how to use the product. So that's been a huge seller for us, and it's hard in rulers to come up with something new. And so we've been very excited, and he gets a royalty for every one of those.
That's great. It is a great idea.
Yeah, and then we do some novelty products. This is a business card made out of aluminum.
Oh, cool.
No one's ever going to toss that. If they did, they could recycle it, but
Right.
but it's going to stay with people. So we do ours. This is my personal one. We do ours with rulers on them, and then also it has a QR code that goes to our website so people can see our products. But it's a nice, memorable item to hand out.
So then you can make these for people, and you could put their QR code on the back.
Totally.
That is
People,
awesome.
yeah. So half our business is promotional products, where
Right.
we're
Oh,
doing
right.
corporate logoed items. The other half is, of course, art stores and craft stores, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and then college bookstores. So,
Awesome.
So that's kind of the scoop.
Okay, so we're gonna head out on a little tour of the
Yeah,
facility.
so we can kind of show you the lay of the land. We've been in this facility since 2006, and we've been in business since 1981. We've had multiple facilities, kept outgrowing and things like that. So we have 3 bays here of stock. It looks a little messy, but it's actually very organized. So everything is organized by item number. Here are some of those same rulers we were just looking at out on the table out there. So every item we have has a code, the 4-digit code, and then the last digit is always the color. So anything ending in a 4 is always a red. Ending in a 3 is a purple. So
Go 3.
I know, right? You like the purple, absolutely. So, so we kind of keep it really organized. That way, it's easy to communicate with the picking and packing operation that way. And like we were talking about earlier, I was saying we have all these different lengths. So here's that same Alumicutter we were looking at, but now this is in a 30-inch length, which is really handy. And people like that length, like you were talking about. If they're cutting 24-inch paper, they want the 30-inch Alumicutter, and so so we do that. Then we also have your everyday straight edges. A lot of customers just want a regular ruler, right? So inches, centimeters. But what we do to add value to it, we're like, well, that whole back is wide open for something else, so we just make a center finder ruler on the back. So for the same price as you're paying for a regular straight edge, for most customers, they're getting 2 rulers in one with
And we do
every one
use
of ours.
the center finder in crafting a lot.
Yeah, I think it's a hugely important thing. Another place I've seen is in garments. So anybody doing embroidery or heat transfer, they want to have that center finder on their shirts. I used to be in that world too. So. Then we do our straight edges even in fun colors as well. Here's your -3, the purple of the this is a yardstick size, and so that's a really nice. And again, it's a center finder. So we'll do all those different things, and then the T-squares are here. We do those in different colors as well, and I'll show you here in a second. But they ship in from our factory without the head on them.
Right.
And the reason is that like I can pack, in this box you can see I have 100 T-squares in there. Well, if they all had their heads on, it would be a lot, shipping
Off
a
with
lot
their
of air.
heads.
Yeah, exactly.
Off with their heads.
Exactly. So it's much more efficient to ship it without the head. And so then we do all the assembly here, and we get those T-square heads from a local injection molder here in Colorado.
Oh,
so
nice.
it's really nice. So efficient shipping, and then kind of making it to order. So I'll take you back over that way. And again, on our T-squares, we do all different colors. Yeah, so I was just about to bring up another product that is really a cool product. This is, it's basically an eraser. It works on dry erase as well as chalk. This one in particular is for the breast cancer awareness, and we really like that message, help erase breast cancer, and we donate a portion of sales to
beautiful.
that. Yeah, and it's a really nice piece. It's an extruded piece of aluminum. It's got a nice satin finish, and then it just feels good in your hand. So people love this product. We do that size. Yeah, we have a 3-inch size as well. Isn't that cute?
That is cute.
So that's a nice little promo piece as well, but it's handy for like in a hospital they have those little dry erase boards for each
that's
patient.
true.
And things,
you can be more precise with something like that.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Like on the patient.
Yep.
The patient board at the hospital.
That's exactly right. That's exactly
cool.
right.
And all the beautiful colors.
Yep, absolutely. We then, of course, do stainless steel. We are not making that at our own factory. This is the one product that we don't make in our own factory, but it is kind of a necessary item. People are always requesting stainless steel, so we do these 6-inch up to 36-inch. Oh, this is interesting. So we obviously we're known for architecture and that type of thing, and one of the most famous architects is Frank Lloyd Wright, and so we are the exclusive licensee with or provider of drafting tools for the Frank Lloyd Wright Foundation.
Awesome.
And so they chose us because we've been around for 40+ years and have a great reputation. And so we have, here's the Alumidrafter, and then it has a quote: "May your genius inspire and keep you." That's a Frank Lloyd Wright quote. We also do a gift set that the Wright Foundation has, where it has the Frank Lloyd Wright collection, and then when you open it up, it has a pocket scale with another quote: "Architecture is the frame of life," is what that says, and then a signature mechanical pencil. So it's a great gift for architects. And we do several other. We do a hollow scale for them, and pocket scales as well. So that's been a really good seller for us.
And now we're going to see how they're actually building their T-squares once they get the handle right there.
Yep. So we put the head into this template, and then this whole jig right here, make sure that it stays straight. It's kind of important when you're doing a T-square. You want it to be a T, nice 90 degree. And so we have a pneumatic screwdriver here that will screw in all the 5 points. Get the screw going. There you go. Perfect. So that way we make sure we know it's straight, and then we just knock these things out. And so
that is quick.
Yep, it was quick and easy, and like we were saying, it's a lot more efficient to ship in from our factory, just the shaft, and then we'll add the head here, than having them build them down there. So so we're doing about 60,000 of these a year.
Wow.
Just building them here. Yeah,
and they put a protection on it there.
Yep. Yep. So it's ready to
Thank you, Joaquin. That's great.
Yep. Thanks, sir. All right. So yeah, so that's kind of our assembly section. It's, like I said, it's a pretty small area, but we're cranking through.
And so you said your goods are in like Michael's and Hobby Lobby?
Yeah, so everybody can get them around the country. Hobby Lobby, Michael's carry a good majority of our products. College bookstores are another big.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah, that's a big user of them. And then your typical, your Jerry's and those types of chain stores. Blick carries our stuff.
Okay.
The Blick website, they probably have the most selection of our products of
Okay.
anybody. So,
and then does your website also support orders or no?
No. So we found that we want to support our retailers rather than deal with individual orders ourselves, and so we have a list of stores you can buy at alumicolor.com, so people can look at their state and where they can find it.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, thank you.
So this is the ruler that I got from them at Creativation. I wanted to show it to you up close. I've been using this in my videos. I really like it. This is that thick edge right there. And it protects your fingers when you're using the craft blade right here, so it doesn't just slide off and cut you. Another thing that I like about it, this is my personal preference, you will notice that the ruler actually starts, the measurements actually start a little bit inward. And that might be disconcerting to some who are trying to measure and they want to put the edge of the ruler up against there. But the edge of the ruler always seems to be an issue. I really like this ruler as well from Vector. It does show the 8ths and the 16ths marks, very convenient. But the edge of the ruler has such a thick line that, you know, you have to wonder where exactly do you put the paper when you're measuring it. It's just too thick of a line to start. So I end up using the 1-inch mark as my starting point, and then I measure and I just take an inch off. Whereas with this one, I automatically know that that fine line right there is my starting point. And while I was at Alumicolor, he gifted me one of these. He did show these in the video that I just shared with you. But the nice thing about this one is right here on this side, if you butt it right up against something, like you're measuring, you butt it right up against something, and it measures exactly from the end. So it's a small one, but we know that this is perfectly calibrated that way. You could also just put it down into a box, for instance, and you want to measure how deep the box is, and you can go up the scale and see exactly, whereas you can't do that with these other rulers. You know, you can't just put this in a box and measure how deep it is, but with this you can. So I just wanted to show you that and tell you this is a really, really handy little gadget here. Of course, I'm not an engineer, not an architect, but from that standpoint, this has a great use. So I really love going there. I love seeing products and how they came about inventing them or creating them, why the design is the way it is. I think this is wonderful. I do not like plastic rulers. I don't like wood rulers anymore. They warp. Plastic, as you know, changes the environment, and I do have this one plastic ruler because it's llamas, but you know, it's getting all scratched up and the numbers are fading, and these are added on after the plastic is manufactured. They're adding it on the top, and so they are getting worn off. And I also have a ruler with cork on the bottom, and it does not grip my surfaces like this does. This really grips a lot better than this does. And like he said, the cork will eventually deteriorate, whereas this neoprene lasts a long time. I do like Westcott, it's a good brand, but I'm really leaning toward these aluminum tools and really happy with them. Thank you for watching. I hope that was helpful for you to see this process and to come along with me on my journey.